It's a crucial step in the tornado recovery process as new affordable housing duplexes open in Joplin. A look at what made it possible.
And Governor Nixon gets a look at Freeman Health System's newly completed 6th floor.
New jobs, new schools, and a new plan is positioning Joplin to be a major force economically in the state of Missouri. We'll talk to city officials, see how they're going to get it done. Coming up.
Live from KODE 12, you're watching Action 12 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Tiffany Allen. State and local officials say Joplin is becoming an economic force in the state. Action 12's Drew Moore spoke with city leaders today and is live from Rangeline Road with the story. And Drew, what's helping to spur the growth?
Well, Tiffany, from where I'm standing right here at South Rangeline and East 44th, this actually used to be the Joplin city limits. But in April, voters with the village of Silver Creek and Joplin got together to become one, thus extending the city's reach down South Rangeline. Now, whether it's expanding its borders or bringing thousands of jobs to the area, the growth of Joplin's economy is garnering statewide recognition.
Joplin City Manager Mark Rohr says they are working on making Joplin an attractive place to live, but the first order of business was to keep thousands of residents impacted by the storm from leaving town.
We've minimized that, and we've set the stage for future growth.
The signs of progress are happening across the city in both population and economic growth. Instead of losing hundreds of companies and thousands of jobs after the May 22nd tornado, the business community is growing.
30 new companies that have come into the community. Where we are today is actually about a 5% increase in jobs from a year ago, 4,000 jobs.
With these new jobs will also come a demand for more skilled workers. State economic leaders say this is one of the reasons why Joplin's growth will start in the classroom.
The cities that want to really emphasize their education and grow those skills, especially in math, science, technology, will be the winners in the future.
By the end of 2013, the Joplin school system will have 5 new state-of-the-art education centers as well as 5 more that will be remodeled and updated.
And is a bigger and better city as a result of some of the things that we're working on.
In the proposed budget, the city has earmarked nearly $77 million in capital improvements to be made around town. Tiffany, some of those improvements will be including redeveloping 20th Street between Main and Rangeline.
All righty, keep us posted. Drew Moore, thanks so much. A local hospital unveils a brand new $8 million expansion. Governor Jay Nixon was among the first people to tour the new 6th floor of Freeman Health System. The expansion is part of the Gary and Donna Hall Tower and adds 29 private rooms. Each room has its own bathroom, flat screen TV, closet, and plenty of seating for guests. 13 of the beds will be used for surgical intensive care unit patients, and 16 will be part of the transitional care unit. The addition also brings with it new jobs. 90 nurses have been hired to staff the floor. Planning for the project started just days after last year's tornado.
On May 25th, 2011, we began planning for the development of the tower. It was so necessary because of the increased demand in our community, particularly since the tornado.
Hospital leaders hope the addition will decrease wait time for patients, meaning faster admittance, diagnosis, and treatment. A multi-million-dollar housing project opens, expanding affordable housing options in Joplin. Action 12's Gretchen Bolander was at the ribbon cutting today, and she's live in our studio. And Gretchen, this is certainly good news.
Tiffany, without a doubt, city leaders had been concerned how quickly the affordable housing market might recover after the tornado. So state tax credits helped to push forward this $3.8 million build. A ribbon cutting today recognized the Delaware duplexes, the first of several high-profile projects using tax credits from the Missouri Housing Development Commission. This development holds 20 units, which rent for $475 a month. Compare that to the normal price of about $900 for 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,400 square feet. Missouri Lieutenant Governor Pete Kinders praised the project and the partnership that helped build it.
It's part of the unstoppable resilience of the people of Joplin, and further evidence of the renaissance that Joplin is going to come back better than it was before.
The latest city numbers show 79% of Joplin housing damaged by the tornado is now under permit or even already rebuilt. It's a total of 6,900 units. And Tiffany, that is good news for the recovery effort, great news for the 20 families who get to move into these units They've been waitlisted by agents that were just overwhelmed by the demand.
Definitely so. There's such a need out there. Gretchen, thank you so much for the update. Turning now to 4-state weather, a beautiful day for us across the area, unseasonably warm. Meteorologist Ray Foreman joins us now with the first check of our forecast and some changes that are coming, right?
Yes, we're going to see cooler weather arriving very quickly, but right now very warm outside. We've had those gusty winds today, and that'll be the case probably for the next couple of hours, but as we head into the nighttime, we'll see those relaxing as well. Right now we have clear skies, though. We take a look at our tower cam temperatures right now at 72 in Joplin. We have a south wind at 14 miles an hour. No wind gusts right now, so they have started to relax as far as those winds go today, but we'll see that returning again tomorrow, and that's all happening ahead of the next storm system, which is moving across the northern U.S. It's actually going to bring us a chance of rain as we get into the midday hours for tomorrow. Otherwise, noticeably cooler, too. Only 60 in the morning and 70 tomorrow afternoon for your fastcast. So it's going to be cooling down, and we'll have more on that part of the forecast and the chance of rain coming up here in just a few minutes.
Okay, we appreciate it, Ray. Thank you so much. One of the nation's largest pet food companies breaks ground on a new Joplin facility. Leaders with the Blue Buffalo Company broke ground on a new facility today. The site will be home to their new Heartland Pet Food Manufacturing and Distribution Center. The more than 400,000 square foot facility will be built at Joplin's Crossroads Industrial Park and bring 150 jobs to the area. The president of the Connecticut-based company says they chose Joplin because of the interstate and accessibility to the natural ingredients they use.
The folks in Joplin, through the way they handled the tragedy with the tornado, it impressed us. I mean, we like folks who get up, get back to work.
Crews will begin digging foundations this week. The facility will be fully operational by early 2015. And an act by the Jasper County Commissioners helped bring that new plant to town. Commissioners approved a tax abatement for Heartland Pet Food Manufacturing. The $55 million industrial development revenue bond issue will cover Heartland's equipment costs for the next 5 years.
Saves the manufacturing company money with respect to personal property tax for a period of 5 years. It's basically waiving personal property tax on their equipment for 5 years.
Joplin schools would have received the personal property tax from the company. During the commission meeting, Norman Rouse read a letter from school superintendent Dr. C.J. Huff stating that he supported the company coming to town. Neosho City leaders say a historic home will have to be destroyed. Coming up, leaders say vandals and burglars have made the building unsafe and unpreservable. Plus,
new lunch regulations had Wyandotte students a bit unhappy, but they've taken matters into their own hands. We'll tell you how coming up.
You're watching Action 12 News at 6. News with Tiffany Alanis. Weather with meteorologist Ray Foreman. And sports with Andy Searcy.
Highway Patrolman Carl Graham was gunned down 10 steps from his front door. It was a crime against a father and a family. It was a crime against Missouri. Attorney General Chris Koster sent Trooper Graham's killer to death row. While Koster has spent his life protecting the people of Missouri, his opponent has never even had a jury trial or put a single criminal behind bars. And Missouri's top law enforcement job isn't where beginners go to learn. Attorney General Chris Koster, all prosecutor, no politics.
So we're between this and the Honda Pilot. This comes with a rearview camera, right?
No, you'd need to upgrade to our cubic zirconia package.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Does this have Bluetooth?
That'll be an upgrade to our Titanic Perfection package.
Another upgrade.
Yeah.
Does it seat 8?
Our Ultimate Opulence package does.
Why should we pay extra for stuff that comes standard on the Pilot?
Do you have any idea how selfish you sound right now?
Only a Honda is a Honda.
Being an auditor and a prosecutor taught me how to stand up to bullies, especially when it's China and it's costing Missouri jobs.
When Missouri companies complained that China was violating our trade laws and costing Missouri jobs, Claire went to work, testifying on their behalf and co-sponsoring bipartisan legislation to catch Chinese companies evading our trade laws.
I'm Claire McCaskill, and I approve this message Because our trade policies need to work for America, but they have to work for Missouri.
Doc, I can't get into gear. I'm shaking and I have no get up and go.
And how does this make you feel?
Like I need help. What do you recommend I do?
I'm writing you a prescription. Go to Auto House. They'll have you feeling great in no time.
But Auto House is for cars, trucks, and vans, not people.
And when did you start believing that you're a car?
I'm not a car. I'm a person.
Go to Auto House. They're the problem solvers. Find them fast in names and numbers.
I am not a car.
30 years ago, Papa Murphy's founders saw a revolutionary opportunity to make pizza fresh, so you can enjoy it hot out of your oven. Celebrate 30 years with a large cowboy pizza for $9. Papa Murphy's. Join the take and bake revolution.
Welcome back this evening. Vandalism is forcing Neosho City leaders to demolish a historic building. The Combs home was constructed in 1893 and is a classic Queen Anne style mansion. The city purchased the property in 1998 with the intent of turning it into a visitor center. City council members say a recent fire, vandalism, and several burglaries have made the home unsafe and unsalvageable.
We even looked at the possibilities of some historic preservation grants, but of course, there's nothing left of historic value in there.
Neosho City leaders say reaching the demolition phase could take months or even years. They're still hoping an investor will step forward to help restore the historic mansion. New national lunch standards upset students at a Northeast Oklahoma school, but the kids got a chance to take charge of the situation. Action 12's Jennifer Peñate is live in our newsroom with details. And Jennifer, what are the Wyandotte students up to?
Well, Tiffany, the middle school principal gave all 64 8th graders a challenge of trading shoes with the cafeteria ladies. The students had to create their own lunch menus while still following the strict guidelines.
Hungry still after I eat.
New nationwide lunch standards have proved to be unpopular in Wyandotte.
Most of the kids couldn't have as much food as they wanted.
Michelle Obama's low-calorie lunch initiative was implemented this year at schools across the country. It's focused on strict portions of all food groups, totaling an average of 700 calories.
I didn't really like them because you couldn't really eat as much as you used to.
School officials noticed the issue and recently turned the cafeteria problem into a classroom solution.
We had to do like the portions. There would be like 2.5 cups a week, and you'd have to put like greens and vegetables.
All 64 8th grade students had to create a week-long menu in math class, all while still following the federal guidelines.
The calories had to be met, and then they had to figure out for the average of that week if they met the requirements. If they did, then they knew they had a good week. If not, then they had to make changes.
Wyandotte Middle School principal Stacy Sloan came up with the bright idea.
I don't think you truly understand anything until you get involved.
And though the portions are the same, the kids now enjoy their meals and enjoy the chance to voice their opinions.
We got to pick what we like.
I liked it. We could pick whatever we wanted that week and have that whole month.
Each of the 64 students created a week-long menu. The meals will be served from now until November. And Tiffany, Principal Sloan said she doesn't hear as much complaining about the new regulations as she did before the project.
What a great way to turn the tables and let the students come up with a solution. Jennifer, thanks so much for sharing the story with us. Turning back to 4-state weather now, a beautiful and breezy day for us across the area, Ray.
It has been windy, and we'll see that again tomorrow. In fact, I'm a bit concerned there won't be many leaves left on the trees after we get through this. But we are going to see some cooler weather, also a few scattered showers, probably around midday tomorrow. But more on your forecast is coming up next.
Getting around the Midwest has never been easier now that the Go Anywhere sales event is here. From getting to the big game to hitting the open road. No matter where your travels take you, a Focus, Fusion, or Fiesta can help you go further. With Ford quality, great fuel economy, and exclusive technology. Now during the Go Anywhere sales event, get 0% financing for 60 months or $2,000 cash back or lease a Focus for $189 a month. The Go Anywhere sales event, on now at your Midwest Ford dealers.
At Mays Drug Warehouse, convenience is front door parking. Convenience is fast and friendly pharmacists. Convenience is well-stocked stores for health and home at low, low prices. And now, convenience is prescription refill apps for your Android or iPhone. Prescription refills on the go for your busy lifestyle. That's May's Drug Warehouse, America's low-price drugstore.
$2 million. That's what taxpayers paid in legal bills for Ed Martin's recklessness in office. First, Martin wrongfully destroyed government emails for Governor Matt Blunt. Then Martin was caught pressuring the Highway Patrol to discredit his political enemies. He even tried to settle a sexual harassment lawsuit with public funds. Martin resigned in disgrace, sticking taxpayers with his $2 million legal bill. Ed Martin, unfit, unqualified to be Missouri's Attorney General.
Hi, I'm Bree with Seneca, Goodman, and Ozark Telephone Companies. For more than 100 years, we've been providing the best in communication services. In 1999, Seneca Telephone began providing broadband internet service. Since then, we've offered a higher quality TV service than any other cable or satellite company, along with basic telephone plans. Call and sign up before November 30th and get 1 month of our TV and internet bundle free. Call and find out what ESCO can do for you.
Seneca Telephone, SGO.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Crossroads Chevrolet.
And now, weather with Chief Meteorologist Ray Foreman.
We still have south winds tonight, and for that reason, temperatures aren't going to drop off that much over the next several hours. I think we'll even still be in the middle 60s as we get towards midnight tonight, but about 64 for a temperature. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tomorrow morning, we start off around 60 and a gusty south wind once again. As we get into the afternoon, though, those winds start to turn around to the northwest, and we're going to see the possibility of rain from about midday into the early afternoon hours. It's going to be a short window of opportunity, but also noticeably cooler, only 70 for the high temperature. Those northwest winds tomorrow, about 10 to 20 miles an hour. We could see a few of those northwest winds gusting to around 25, so it is going to be rather windy as we head into the daytime tomorrow. Pretty much sunny across the 4 states this afternoon, though. We take a look at current temperatures right now in Seneca on the SGO webcam, 73. We have a southwest wind at 5 miles an hour, so it is starting to calm down now that we're getting closer to sunset. Further northward, looking across Interstate 44, also on the SNH webcam, we have temperatures this afternoon in the upper 70s. Right now we're at 72, though. We have south winds at 14 once again, and plenty of sunshine across the area. We've had just a few clouds this afternoon earlier today, but it really didn't impact temperatures all that much. 73 still on the Ocho. We've got 71 in Miami, all of us in the 70s this afternoon, but the cooler weather is off to the north and west of us. And in advance of that, we've had those strong gusty winds this afternoon, and that's been the case right on through today. And tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to see those winds picking up again, but they're going to be out of the northwest, and that's because of this next storm system right out here to the west of us. Most of the energy with this is going to stay along the U.S.-Canadian border. However, I think we are going to see a small window of opportunity for this area right here to bring us a few showers as we get into the midday part of Wednesday. It'll be short-lived, but nonetheless, we could still see a few areas with some rainfall. Going through tonight, the clouds start to increase as we get towards sunrise. Then as we get towards about 11 o'clock, we could see a few scattered showers. But if you watch some areas, say around Parsons, back towards Miami, we may not see much rain. So I would say the northern two-thirds of the viewing area has the best chance of that rain happening tomorrow. But otherwise, going into tomorrow night, we start to clear out, and it will be cooler tomorrow, too. Again, the best chance of rain probably from Joplin on to the northeast. Temperatures only in the upper 60s around Stockton Lake tomorrow afternoon. So, yes, cooler tomorrow. 71 around Anderson, back into the low 70s from northeast Oklahoma. Probably no rain around Grove or Veneta, and even into southeast Kansas. Temperatures here also in the lower 70s. Best chance of rain here probably around Chanute. Now, going into the next couple of days, it will be cooler. Yes, 65 on Thursday, 63 on Friday, and into the weekend we start to recover a bit as we make it back into the 70s finally for highs at that point. But for the latest forecast, you can always go to our website, 4stateshomepage.com.
It looks like a beautiful week all in all.
It really will be. A little cool at night, but that's not bad for this time of year.
Gorgeous for the Maple Leaf Parade on Saturday morning.
Well, I'm taking a jacket with me for sure that day.
Everybody always does, but you don't need it by the end usually.
Right, right.
Right, thanks so much. Turning now to sports, Andy Searcy joins us in the studio. It's been an incredible high school football season.
That's right, and we're nearing the end of it right now, too, as the end of the near of high school football, which also means we're nearing the end of the Action 12 Top 12. Coming up, this week's Top 12 rankings are unveiled, plus we'll hear from the Cardinals' Kyle Loesch before tomorrow night's Game 3 start.
Only at the all-new Fletcher Nissan in Joplin. New Nissan Altimas, $277 down and $277 a month. 40 in stock and more on the way. Get up to $3,500 off on the all-new 2013 Nissan Altima. That's only $277 down, $277 a month. Not a lease. You own it. Altima gets 38 miles per gallon. That's 684 miles on one tank of gas. Save up to $3,500 on a new Altima at Fletcher. Or pay $277 down and $277 a month. Only at Fletcher Nissan, 23rd and Rangeline, Joplin.
Now, cable, internet, and phone are better together. At just $33 a month each, Cable One gives you big savings when you take all three. $33 lets you enjoy thousands of great shows in stunning HD, access to over 100 channels, and free HD. Call 1-855-765-3500. $33 lets you go 50 megs fast. Get the best streaming on our fastest internet ever with Cable One high-speed internet. Connect with ease to YouTube, Pandora, and Skype. Plus, download and browse like never before. And $33 gives you unlimited long-distance calling, so you can talk forever for one low monthly price on Cable One phone. Switching over is easy with reliability you can count on. Call 1-855-765-3500 and qualify for free installation. It's easy to connect and there's no contract, so save big on cable, internet, and phone. At just $33 a month each, they're all better together. Call 1-855-765-3500.
We had several employees that were affected by the tornado, and so we decided we wanted to provide a safe and secure place for them in the event of a disaster. We chose a twister safe because we are in the metal industry and we felt secure with metal for our safe room. We have 10 employees at this location, and so we knew that we could provide a twister safe to accommodate all those employees. Also, twister safe came highly recommended from friends and family. We were just devastated by the tornado, so we are proud to provide this for our employees.
$1,000 drawings will go every 30 minutes this Saturday at Grand Lake Casino.
And now, sports with Andy Searcy.
Through 8 weeks of the Action 12 Top 12, the only team to remain in the same spot in which they began is top-ranked Webb City. Every spot beyond that has changed more than once. Such is the case in this week's rankings. Back in the top 6 is Lamar. The Tigers knocked off East Newton last week 49-7. This week, Lamar finishes the regular season at home with Aurora. Up to number 5 is Girard. The Trojans won their 6th in a row with a 53-20 win over Independence. Friday, Girard hits the road to face winless Parsons. At number 4 is Miller. The Cardinals moved to 8-0 with a 26-0 win over Greenfield. This week, Miller is on the road in our game of the week at Sarcoxie. At number 3 is Fort Scott. The Tigers opened district play with a 48-6 win over Anderson County. Fort Scott is back on the road this week at Iola. Back at number 2 is Cassville. The Wildcats stayed undefeated with a 43-7 win over Aurora. Cassville finishes up the regular season on the road at Mount Vernon. And still at number 1 is Webb City. The Cardinals defeated Ozark 28-7 and clinched the COC title in the process. Webb City is on the road this week as they travel to Branson. Here's a look at the bottom half. At 7 is Commerce. The Tigers are at Salina Thursday night. Dropping to 8 is Sarcoxie. The Bears will host undefeated Miller on Friday night. And at number 9 is Carthage. They will host Willard in the regular season finale. At number 10 is Southeast. The Lancers will be at Galena this week. Nevada comes in at 11. They host Stockton Friday night. And at number 12 is Pittsburgh. The Purple Dragons are at Blue Valley. It hasn't happened too often this postseason, but the Cardinals' bats were finally quieted by the Giants last night en route to a 7-1 loss in Game 2 of the National League Championship Series. The series is now tied at 1 game apiece as they head to St. Louis for Games 3, 4, and 5. Tomorrow night at Busch Stadium will be Game 3. Kyle Loesch will take the hill for the Redbirds against the Giants ace Matt Cain. Both pitchers were 16-game winners this season with ERAs under 3, which should mean another classic playoff pitching matchup.
It's going to be fun to go out there and, everyone, you got so much film on guys nowadays that they're going to know what I'm going to be trying to do, and I know what they're going to be trying to do to me. So it's going to be a fun chance to go see who makes the best adjustments as we go along. I didn't face them this year during the season, so that may, usually that kind of favors the pitcher, but it doesn't matter if I don't go out and make my pitches.
And as I mentioned earlier, the high school game night game of the week will be at Sarcoxie this week. The Bears playing host to Miller. That winner will win the Spring River Valley Conference title. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Being an auditor and a prosecutor taught me how to stand up to bullies, especially when it's China and it's costing Missouri jobs.
When Missouri companies complained that China was violating our trade laws and costing Missouri jobs, Claire went to work, testifying on their behalf and co-sponsoring bipartisan legislation to catch Chinese companies evading our trade laws.
I'm Claire McCaskill, and I approve this message because our trade policies need to work for America, but they have to work for Missouri.
Hello, homeowner John, your Home Pro man. These homeowners in Oswego, Kansas built this home in 1986. 2 years ago, they contacted Home Pro to begin the planning process on upgrading this home's exterior. Today, work begins. Home Pro's energy-efficient windows, our screwed-on insulated polymer siding is exactly what this homeowner was looking for. Great plan, great peanut butter cookies. Call Home Pro and begin your planning today. There's no place like home, and there's no place like Home Pro. See you soon.
Monstrous winnings at Grand Lake Casino. Nobody does it better.
We're celebrating our newest Mill Creek Flooring Center with a grand opening sale and big savings throughout all of our stores.
And there's not a better time to save on carpet. Like this soft frisé tweed, only 99 cents a square foot. Or how about this limited time special 13-inch tile, only 49 cents a square foot. And granite, $38 a square foot installed. So visit our new showroom during our grand opening sales event and save.
Need a laugh to get through the week?
Well, we can hook that up.
Yes! Next Live, Kaylee Cuoco and Jason Aldean.
Weekdays at 9 on KODE.
Just a reminder, ABC's coverage, as you saw, starts at 8 o'clock of the presidential debate, and we will be on after that, or as close to 10 o'clock as we can get.
I bet we'll be right at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, usually we are.
I hope so.
Well,
stuff going on.
We'll move it. Andy's got plans, so we will be here at 10 o'clock. We'll see you back here at 10. Have a great evening, and thanks so much for joining us. Good night.